The rain pounded against the windows of Cravenmoor Asylum as Lily Carter stepped inside, seeking shelter from the storm. A journalist eager to uncover dark secrets, she felt a chill as the heavy iron doors clanged shut behind her. A faint whisper brushed past her ear. "You shouldn't have come here." The lights flickered, casting eerie shadows. Suddenly, the sound of a child's laughter echoed through the empty corridors, sending a wave of terror through Lily's veins. Welcome to Twisted Night Tales podcast. I'm your host, Shira. Tonight's story is not for the faint of heart. Prepare yourself for The Whispering Halls of Cravenmoor, a tale so terrifying that you may not make it to the end. Be sure to follow and subscribe to stay updated on all our latest tales. Now, let's begin. On a stormy night, Lily Carter arrived at Cravenmoor Asylum. The place had been abandoned for decades, yet stories of its haunted halls persisted. As she approached, the gate creaked open, inviting her in. The asylum's shadowy outline loomed against the stormy sky. Rain poured down, soaking her as she stepped inside. Cravenmoor had once housed the mentally ill, where doctors were rumoured to have conducted unspeakable experiments. Many who entered never left, their spirits trapped within the walls. As Lily crossed the threshold, the door slammed shut behind her. She flicked on her flashlight, cutting through the thick darkness. The smell of mould and decay hit her immediately. She began to explore, her footsteps echoing. The silence was oppressive, broken only by the occasional drip of water. As she moved deeper into the asylum, she felt a cold draft and saw a shadow move out of the corner of her eye. The whispers started softly but grew louder. "Lily." The voice was faint but unmistakable. Determined to uncover the truth, Lily pushed on. In one room, she found old medical records, yellowed and brittle. They detailed horrific treatments, electroshock therapy, lobotomies, and unethical experiments. The more she read, the heavier the air grew. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed down the hall. Lily's heart pounded as she turned, her flashlight trembling. She caught a fleeting glimpse of a shadow. Her breath quickened as she realized she wasn't alone. She called out, but only her own voice echoed back. The walls seemed to close in on her, the asylum warping her sense of time and space. As she ventured further, reality itself seemed to distort. Doors led to nowhere, and mirrors reflected scenes that weren't there. The temperature dropped sharply, her breath now visible in the frigid air. She began to see them, figures just at the edge of her vision. Patients in tattered gowns, their hollow eyes watching her with an unsettling mix of curiosity and malice. In a dark corridor, Lily saw a little girl standing at the end, her dress torn and dirty. The girl's eyes locked onto Lily's, and for a moment, they just stared at each other. Then, without warning, the girl let out a blood-curdling scream, and the walls around Lily seemed to pulse and close in. The girl vanished, leaving only the echo of her cry behind. Lily's hands shook as she fumbled with her camera, desperate to document the paranormal activity, but every photo came out blurred, as if the spirits themselves were interfering. The asylum was playing tricks on her, warping her sense of time. She didn't know how long she had been inside, but it felt like hours. Just when she thought she might lose her mind, she stumbled upon the basement. The air here was thick, suffocating, and the whispers had become a constant drone. In the center of the room, she saw a large jar filled with a swirling, dark substance. The lead doctor appeared before her, his face twisted into a grotesque grin. "Welcome to Cravenmoor, Lily," he hissed. "We've been waiting for you." Lily felt the walls closing in, the spirits of the damned grasping at her with cold, skeletal hands. She fought against them, her mind screaming for escape, but they were too many, too strong. Her vision blurred, darkness swallowing her whole as she screamed. When she awoke, she was outside the asylum, lying on the wet grass as the first light of dawn broke. Cravenmoor was silent, the building seeming to watch her. She staggered to her feet, her mind a whirl of fear and confusion. She didn't know how she had escaped, but as she walked away, she felt a cold object in her pocket. She pulled out an old, rusted key, one she had never seen before. A faint whisper echoed in the wind. "We'll be waiting for you, Lily." She turned back to see Cravenmoor Asylum standing as it always had, ominous and unyielding, the shadows within beckoning her to return. And deep down, she knew that one day she would. Thank you for tuning in to Twisted Night Tales. I hope you enjoyed the whispering halls of Cravenmoor. Be sure to follow and subscribe to get the latest updates. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your fears at bay. Shira signing off.